Welcome back. I'm Ted Thomas, and we're going to talk about New York. In this episode, the question that's coming up is New York a tax lien state or a tax deed state? Now, that doesn't come up very often, but I'm going to tell you right now, New York is both, and I'll tell you the story about that in just a few minutes. But meanwhile, I want to make sure that you understand, I'm going to give you some learning or some instruction, I should say, about tax lien certificates and tax deeds and how to make money. In addition to that, I'm going to show you how to avoid the mistakes, and I'll be right back. If you're wondering who I am, I'm Ted Thomas. Most people consider me the authority on tax lien certificates and tax deeds. I've been doing this for about 30 years. I started out by buying tax lien certificates. So I started small and I just expanded it out. Then I got into the business of buying tax defaulted properties. It's a funny thing, and we'll talk about it now, but in the state of New York, you can even do this with credit cards. Think about that. So New York has 62 counties. 2 of the counties sell tax lien certificates, and those tax lien certificates are on Long Island. So Nassau County and also Suffolk County, they sell tax lien certificates. Now the rest of the state, as you know, goes up along the Hudson River up to Lake Ontario and over to Buffalo. All of those counties, they sell tax defaulted property. Those are called tax deeds. So now I'm going to cover both of them. So be patient. A lot of activity in New York. So you're going to get a lot of good information here today, and you're going to get a lot of information how you can make money relatively quickly. So if you want to buy tax lien certificates, you're talking about buying a certificate that's predictable, certain, and secure. This is perfect if you've got gray hair like Ted does. You're an old timer. You want to do it in your IRA. You want to do it in your pension plan. This is safe, secure money. You can't invest with me. You're going to invest with the county. You'll get a check back from the county. It doesn't get any better than that because your money is protected by the property tax code. Okay, so you got that. So that's those 2 counties out on Long Island. Now, all the rest of the counties going up the Hudson River and across to Pennsylvania and over to Ohio, all of those counties are going to sell tax deeds. When the people don't pay the tax, the local county has a big problem. We'll talk about the big problem in a minute. But let's understand, those counties are going to confiscate the property. So a tax deed auction means that the county confiscated the property. They're not benevolent. They're going to say, you didn't pay, we're going to seize the property. Then they sell them at auction to pay the taxes. Now, when they sell them at auction, they wipe out the mortgage. The mortgage is extinguished. Now, that's done by state law, not by Ted Thomas. I didn't make that up. All right, now, all of those counties will have properties. The challenge for you is there'll be a lot of abandoned properties. Why will there be abandoned properties in New York? Because 250,000 people a year leave the state, not according to Ted Thomas, but according to the Census Bureau. They're leaving in droves. They walk from their property because the taxes are so high. If you buy a property in New York, think about how you're going to sell it. Don't buy it unless you know how you're going to sell that property because there's going to be plenty. There's always an abundance. Now, the beauty of New York is they're going to let you buy with a credit card if you want. So if you want to have good limits on your credit cards, you could be buying colonial houses, for example. You could be buying small houses, big houses. Be careful with abandoned properties because they have been abandoned. If they've been abandoned, it gets cold in New York. Pipes freeze up, they break. There's water, there's flooding, there's all kinds of damage. So the point is, I'm not negative on this. I just want you to be cautious on what you buy. So everybody's going to love New York for this reason. There's always an abundance of tax lien certificates. There's always an abundance of tax deed properties. All right, let me make sure that you understand the difference. A tax lien simply means you bought a piece of paper. In New York, 2 counties sell tax lien certificates. You can earn up to 12%. All right, that's good for conservative investment, tax lien certificates. All right, the boroughs of New York, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Manhattan, I'm talking about the Bronx, I'm talking about Staten Island. You got the idea. Queens, all those places, they sell tax liens, but they only sell them to institutions. They don't sell to individuals. They sell to Charles Schwab or someone like that. They're not going to sell to you. So forget about the boroughs of New York. So go upstate if you want tax deeds. Now there's going to be plenty. There will be colonial houses. There'll be houses on 4 acres. However, people have abandoned those. Why did they abandon? Because New York's a high tax state. They can't afford the taxes. So they just walk away because they can't sell it. So my whole business is keep you out of risk. Let me say it again. My whole business is keep you out of risk. How do I keep you out of risk? Simply know what you're buying before you buy it. Can you get it sold? Now, people don't think like that because you think naturally that you went to an auction, you stole the property, and you think you're going to sell it and make money. I'm hoping you can, and I'll teach you every way I can. And my students do very well. I've made more than $100,000 on more than one deal in New York, and I bought them with a credit card. But I know what I'm doing. So if you want to follow me, you can follow me. You want to come with me and go to an auction? I'll take you. But the point is, don't get abandoned properties unless you know what you're going to do with them. You're not going to be able to sell them. If you're an expert and you can get them out quickly, good. But while you're waiting, squatters could show up. Every conceivable negative could show up. My point is, let's buy in New York. Let's use our credit cards. But you need to have a selling strategy. Okay, I have people in my office that specialize in strategies. All right, now that sounds like it's very self-serving. Folks, it's a free video. Enjoy the video. But I'm telling you, be very cautious if you buy in New York. So you're kind of learning a little bit about the making money part of it. I teach people, buy it low, sell it low, and move on. Buy it low, sell it low, move on. If you live in New York and you want to stay there, you want to go steal a property, this is your chance to do it, because there's going to be, in even the best counties, there's going to be hundreds of properties every year. Every county in New York is authorized to do a tax defaulted auction. That means they can sell the property for any price that they want to do that. You can buy those on credit card. But if the state has an outpopulation, you need to pay attention to that. If the outpopulation, according to the census, is 250,000, don't think I'm negative. I'm just trying to give you the facts that you might not be researching. We spend hours on research. I can teach you research using a satellite. I can teach you where you are right now to buy and sell. I can show you clients that buy 30 and 40 properties a year and they never leave their computer. All right, what are the two big mistakes? I've said them 3 times so far in the last few minutes. Don't buy a property unless you've seen it. The picture on the internet isn't necessarily the true picture. Why? It might have been taken 3 years ago. I don't know when it was taken. If you haven't seen the property or some representative of yours has not seen the property, do not buy that property. All right, if you don't have a selling strategy, don't buy that property. If this sounds too firm for you, well, you probably won't tune in and you won't subscribe. If you want the real deal, I'm the real deal. I bought 9 properties in New York. I'll show you some I made $100,000 on. I'll show you some I got my butt kicked on too. So we specialize in selling property. When I teach my class, which I do every week, I have hundreds of clients. People always want to know the same thing. How do you sell? So let me give you a couple of quick ideas. First of all, don't pay too much for a property. America always pays too much because they're listed with a broker. The broker has no incentive except to hold the property line. They'll do anything to hold the property. Why? Because they'll lose their job otherwise. Now, if you become a subscriber, you will see me put my students in front of a camera, just like we're doing now, and people buying for 6 cents on the dollar. And then they sell it, make $100,000. You'll see people paying 7 cents online and sell it and make $25,000 and $50,000. But my strategy is this, and it's simple. Buy it low at the tax defaulted auction. Don't try and get retail. The whole world wants retail. Am I negative on retail? No. All I want you to do is make money. If you will make some money on the first deal, you're coming back for more. Buy it low and sell low. You want to learn that stuff? I got a free video for you to show you a little bit of it, but I can't tell you everything I know, so you'll have to subscribe for a while. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a free video, an absolutely free video. And what you need to do, as soon as I finish, there'll be a link below me. Now, this is a free video that'll show people buying properties, people selling property. It'll give you the nitty-gritties of tax liens and tax deeds. Doesn't cost you a thing. It's free. Just go below me right now.